Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Wrestle Talk, episode 5 of the official podcast that me and my buddy Matt over here are doing. Today, scheduled for the podcast, we will re-go over NXT TakeOver Unstoppable. And Matt, what else did you want to talk about here?
A thing I really want to talk about is Kevin Owens and John Cena.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic of discussion these days because everybody's wondering if the United States title is not on the line, is there any reason for Cena to go over?
Yeah.
Now, what do you want to get into first? You want to go over TakeOver again, or do you want to get to Owens and Cena first?
Let's get actually TakeOver, kind of, because that's already happened, so we can get into Owens and Cena, kind of.
All right, we already did a review on this. We're just going to summarize this really quick. The entire show, I say it was like I go on the record and say it was better than Payback. And like when I say it, like I'm not knocking WWE Payback. I'm not knocking the main roster at all because like when people were doing that back around the time of Our Evolution, Fatal 4-Way, and Rival, it's like, oh, it was so better than the main roster stuff. Yes, it was because what the main roster was giving us was absolute crap. But they fixed their issues from the fall and winter that were just absolutely horrible. And I mean, like when I say this, I mean like NXT just outperformed. Payback was still a solid show. I just mean NXT just
did better.
Yeah, simple as that.
Payback was a fun show, though, yeah. That was not an awful pay-per-view. It wasn't hard to sit through. It was a fun little pay-per-view. But NXT was just off the hook.
And let's take a step back to realize a couple of things real quick. One, we'll get into this in a second, but I just had to take a step back. If we're going back to take a step to the Indies, Kevin Steen debuted on Raw and laid out John Cena. Dude, I still mark for that.
It was awesome. One of the best segments of the year, in my opinion, including the promo he cut, not just the power bomb.
Exactly.
That was amazing.
He got all of about 30 seconds, and then, like you said, when we talked about this yesterday, he hit that shit out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
And on another note, back to NXT, if we're going to take another step back here, Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch are going to revolutionize the way women are looked at in professional wrestling. Vince can have his stance on how he sees these things with women, but then once he sees women putting on matches like this, I mean, like, eventually, like, okay, I figure the process of calling these women up or calling these people up is, okay, you have to know who they are at some point. You have to look at, okay, who's your best woman in NXT? All right, look at these matches. All right, wow. Maybe I may want this for my division. I know Vince probably doesn't think about these things, but wow, maybe I may want this for my division. There has to be some woman one of these days that makes him just pop his eyes out of his head and, what have I been missing?
Yeah.
I mean, that match, dude, I called it days and days ahead. I think I even said it to you. Show stealer.
Yeah, you were telling me that all week pretty much.
Yeah, I'm like, this match is going to be an absolute show stealer.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was. I mean, I thought that would have been Owens and Breeze. Not Owens and Breeze.
Owens and Zayn.
Not Owens and Zayn. Breeze and Etam. Not Breeze and Etam. What am I thinking? Balor and Breeze.
Balor?
Yeah. I mean, like, that was great too, but like, I guess they had to put it at the start of the show to just knock it out of the way. And I mean, like, I understand where they're coming from when they do that, but I just had to say, dude, I loved it.
I mean, it was better than the main event, and I love the main event, so I don't want people thinking, oh, why would you hate the main event like that?
Dude, all I could think,
they just killed it out there.
All I could think after that was, follow that. Just please, follow that. And like,
Yeah,
I know
they followed it, but was it as good? I don't know.
I mean, if we go back to the intro of the NXT review, Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, not Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens may have been the main event, but that Divas match, or women's match, whatever, that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, we're in a whole other level of women's wrestling now. Like, Sasha Banks isn't done as NXT Women's Champion, at least as we know, and I hope we at least get another, like, at least one more special with her. One more live special with Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
I mean, It is absolutely fantastic, dude. Like, her matches, like, not even just her matches, dude. Her character is just so intriguing in general. It just makes you just think. This girl is a cocky badass. Well, not badass, but just, she's just cocky as hell. And she gets away with it and wins, and it builds her ego
Yeah.
massively. Like, dude, the the character development that's been done with Sasha Banks since 2013 when she was in the BFFs, end of 2013 to the middle of 2014 when the BFFs broke up. Whenever they got together, I started watching NXT the end of 2013 into 2014 and haven't stopped since then. But her character development has been absolutely phenomenal, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, her character, I've loved it. I've absolutely, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But, what was I going to say to you? Yeah. What were your thoughts on that match, dude?
Obviously match of the night, like I said, and it was amazing. There wasn't really, I mean, the match is pretty much perfect. There wasn't anything I can complain about. There was a lot of spot after spot, submission after submission. It's like once you thought you've seen like the biggest part, like they did something else.
Dude, especially Sasha bending Becky's arm back like that.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was,
she did it kind of like twice. Like first she got it in, and then they were like trading off her just back and forth, and then when they went to the outside, slammed her into the steps, and then like you said, the finale pretty much was just an insane move.
that arm breaker into the bank statement.
Yeah.
Like, my God, dude. And then Becky also got her armbar on and sat on Sasha's shoulder the entire time, and Sasha got to the ropes with hands and feet.
Yeah.
That was incredible as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But if we're gonna talk about the main event, we can't not address the elephant in the room. Samoa Joe showed up in the main event after Sami Zayn got powerbombed in the apron again.
Oh man, that was awesome. That was probably my favorite part of the night. Like, as a, I guess, segment you can say.
No, that was still a part of the match. The match never ended. Like, they never rung a bell to signify the match ending.
So the only thing though is what's Sami Zayn gonna do next? Is he going up to the main roster? Is he gonna have another match? Are we gonna get a three-way? Are we gonna what? I don't know. It's kind of unpredictable.
Actually, it would be a four-way because Finn Balor is the number one contender.
Oh, that's right.
But we've been there, fatal four-way to that.
Yeah.
But what it looks like is I've read a report and I've seen a couple of news things, couple of news videos put out. Sami Zayn's gonna have surgery in early June.
Oh, so he'll be out for a little bit then.
Yeah, and then he'll debut on the main roster probably.
That'll probably be like after SummerSlam then.
Depends on how long shoulder surgery takes. Adam Cole in Ring of Honor had a shoulder surgery. It took 6 months for him.
Oh, 6 months? Jeez.
Actually, wait, let me think. Well, actually, he just got back in the middle of May, so he recovered pretty fast. It was 5. But Adam Cole is younger than Sami Zayn, so it might take Sami the actual 6 to recover.
Oh, I see.
So let's see where we stand on that one.
Yeah.
But my guess would be that they're going to address the Samoa Joe thing first.
Yeah.
Like, knowing NXT, knowing Triple H, they're going to address Samoa Joe first, and Finn Balor is just going to be doing stuff on the side, hyping up him and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So, otherwise. So I think we've covered, oh, wait. I haven't discussed this with you, actually, yet. Have you heard the terms of Samoa Joe's contract yet?
No.
Okay, so here's the crazy thing, and this is the first time ever I think this has been allowed for anybody. Well, maybe Kendrick got this deal when he first came, but it was a one and done, I guess. So here's the deal. Samoa Joe has a contract where he's allowed to wrestle NXT and the Indies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and whenever NXT needs him, they can just call him, and I think it's like a 2-year deal.
Oh man, that's pretty cool then.
Exactly, dude. Like he's just gonna be there. He's basically gonna be the NXT version, the NXT babyface version of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, this comes in, has a big fight, hangs on there for a little bit, and then
Goes to the Indies.
yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Exactly, dude. And see, here's the thing, Joe. Now he got himself in good enough condition where he looks like he's in good enough fighting shape. Because like I watched the match of his in Ring of Honor a couple months ago. Dude, he looks so slow.
Oh wow.
Like I love Samoa Joe's work. I'm a big fan of his work. I've been a big fan of his work since 2005. But he looked so slow.
He'll probably be ready though for NXT. I mean,
Oh, I don't doubt that at all.
they'll get him ready.
They'll most definitely have him ready. He looks like he's in shape now. Looks like they're shaping him out. But what I'm trying to say is he didn't look to be in fighting condition. Well, not fighting condition, but like, you know, 5-star match condition.
Yeah.
So let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
But what the hell was I gonna say to you next? Oh yeah, looks like they're gonna probably address the thing with him and Owens first, as I said before. So anything else
Yeah.
you can say about this?
I can't wait for the match pretty much. So the only thing is, it's more focused on them two than Owens and Balor, which is a little bit, but it's fine, I think, because they already, I mean, Owens and Balor already had their big match, so once, so it's fine now.
Well, I could be looking at this from a whole different angle at the moment, but uh, have we gotten a triple threat NXT championship match yet? Okay, hold on. Let me look at my let me look at this. Okay, NXT Arrival, we got Neville and Bo. NXT Takeover, we got Neville and Kid. NXT Takeover Fatal 4, Neville, Kid, Breeze, and Zayn. Our Evolution, Neville and Zayn. Rival, Owens and Zayn, and Owens and Zayn again at Unstoppable. So we have not had a triple threat yet. So I either see this, the next live special in a couple months. It's either going to be Joe. It's either going to be Owens versus Balor or Owens versus Joe versus Balor.
Yeah.
And if they want to call Kevin Owens up, if like he doesn't relinquish the NXT Championship or something, which I thought he'd probably do, and just go up like here. Okay, let me fantasy book the promo for you. He'll be in the ring. I'm going to use my phone as the mic because it's big enough. So he'll probably be sitting here in the ring at NXT. You know what? I have an announcement to make to you people. This NXT Championship, I came in and I fought for it and I stole it from your beloved Sami Zayn. And I told you, this is the prize. This gives me more money. This helps me provide my family. This is the ultimate tool that gets me to my success. This isn't the prize anymore. He's like, I hereby relinquish this NXT Championship. He throws that on the ground and stomps on it and says, the real prize is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the main roster. And since that's where I've been competing, that's where I'm deciding to go. So screw you people and goodbye NXT. And then someone else will probably come out and challenge him, and then he'll probably lose to that person.
Yeah, that'd be pretty actually good, actually. That's kind of cool.
Like, dude, Kevin Owens is that snarly piece of shit that really gets under your skin.
Yeah, but he's awesome, though. He's the best.
Oh, when I like the insult I throw at him, I'm like, when I say that, I mean it in like the most positive of positive ways.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
Like that, the dude is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
He gets it done in all aspects of everything. And I was just watching an interview that he did. Do you know who Sam Roberts is?
Sam Roberts. Yeah. That guy with the curly hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched the interview he did. And, what I like about NXT is everything is like so, like the stories are legit. Like it's not like just Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. I'm gonna mess with you because you had a father who was a criminal. Yeah. I mean, like Kevin Owens said, he when he first got to the Performance Center, he sat down with Dusty Rhodes, and he started talking to him, and not even 1 minute into the conversation, it got into his family, his kids, and all that stuff, and that's where, like, they figured how passionate he was, and that's what became the gimmick. All right, this is your gimmick. No. He's like, this is who I really am.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, this dude's story, like, if you would even go back and listen to that interview, his story, like, he got the most fortunate story of anybody. Like, they're going to, like, really change you around, and, okay, Kevin Owens, one of his favorites was Owen Hart, right?
Yeah.
And he named his son Owen.
Wow.
So they figured, okay, like, we got to change your name. Like, you already know the name changing process. We got to give you a new identity. New identity.
Oh, wow.
So, like, that's what they do to everybody, basically. So here's his new identity. They're like, well, basically, okay, I'll get to that in a second, but here's your thing. You got to pick a last name. He's like, Owens. No, not Owens. He's like, you got to pick a name. He's like, okay. He's like, I like Owens because, Owen Hart was my favorite wrestler, and my son's name is Owen. And then they were both, him and Triple H were both thinking Kevin. So Triple H just said, how about you name yourself Kevin?
Yeah.
So they're both thinking the same thing. All right, Kevin Owens.
Wow.
So he basically said on the night of his debut, they showed him the T-shirt, the KO T-shirt that he has. Like, all right, this is your T-shirt that we're going to be selling when you get out there. He's like, all right, could we just cut the sleeves off of it?
Huh.
And they just cut the sleeves, and boom, Kevin Owens.
Man.
Yeah, dude. That's how that goes. I mean, he got the, like, and they said, this dude was so worried about his appearance, like, when they first took photo shoots of him. He said he spent at least $1,000 in singlets to wear because, like, shorts and a cut-off T-shirt is not going to cut it. Like, that is not a look for an actual wrestling look.
Yeah.
But they let it fly. And it's like he feels so fortunate because he got away with being himself.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for the guy.
Yeah. Yep.
But let's get into your topic of discussion now, the whole Owens and Cena thing. How do you see this going down, and what are your gripes, and what are you happy about for it?
All right, I want to try to make this not. I don't want to take long, but
Oh no! Put it in as much detail as you possibly need to, dude.
Okay. All right. One, I am happy. I can't wait to see the match, and Owen and Cena is definitely a dream match, and it's a match I've wanted to see for a long time, even ever since he pretty much came up to the NXT roster. It's like, wow, this guy, like, he's awesome, because he is one of the guys in the Indies. Like, there's a lot of guys when I first came on to the, if you want to call it YWC, IWC, I just pretty much, I don't really think of it that way, kind of just, it's kind of weird, but that's not the point. So, there's a lot of wrestlers that I didn't know about because I grew up watching WWE and like kind of TNA. So those are the only two I knew. I didn't know about indies, but so I looked up a lot of the indie guys because everyone was talking about them, and some of the guys I really didn't care about. I'm like, all right, they're just having matches, even though they were good. No hate, but this guy stood out. So I'm like, I hope this guy gets up to WWE someday. And within the year, he was already in NXT. So I'm like, all right, I really want to see him in the Cena feud. And the promos and everything was amazing they had on Raw. I can't wait to see the match. But in a way, I don't like that it's happening so soon. This feels like a little kid booked it in a way. They're doing well building it, but I don't think it should happen at Elimination Chamber. I would like to see it happen at like a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series, a big pay-per-view, because this match, if they like didn't give us a match at Chamber and just built up for a few months up to it, it would pay off better. Even if maybe even Cena won, I guess, which I kind of don't want to see. But you can't fully bet against Cena all the time, as we know from his matches in the past. So in a way, I do want to see the match, but I rather wait. I want them to start the feud now, but I don't want the match to happen so soon. I mean, 2 weeks of build to a match that it's a show stealer. It can be match of the year for sure. I just think that it's happening a bit too soon. I mean, 2 weeks of build and happening at a pay-per-view that doesn't have a whole lot of value to it. I mean, Elimination Chamber, like when I was really little, Elimination Chamber was a big thing that came in once in a while, and now it's become just another match you forget about it a year later, for me. So that's my only complaint, really, but it's kind of weird because, I mean, Owens, we do see him winning, right, Gordon?
Yes, I see Owens winning, but like I'm just trying to look at the match now and see if it's like for the U.S. title. I'm trying to confirm that, but I see Owens winning if it's not for the U.S. title. I mean, like Owens said he doesn't want to fight for the U.S. title because the NXT title is the prize. The NXT title is what Owens has worked for, not the U.S. title. Even though if you want to be that guy, if you do want to, yeah, he's right and he's wrong. Like I don't want to say it goes against his character, but then it doesn't because in NXT is the top championship. But then again, it gets you more money than average NXT superstars, right?
Yeah.
But then, if you look at it from another perspective, not NXT, the main roster, you get more money than you do in NXT. And the championship on the main roster is a champion's bonus, but it's not the top title. It's not the number one thing he'd be fighting for.
Yeah.
So in a way, it goes against his character, but I don't know, dude. But yeah, I do see Owens winning this if it's not for the U.S. Championship. And I understand where you're coming from. You said if it was like a little kid built it, it should have been something bigger built. You should have been something that you should have used for a SummerSlam, not an Elimination Chamber. But I'm pretty sure if they're going to do something with Cena at SummerSlam, they want the U.S. title on the line, which would mean Cena has to win, which would mean Owens would not end up winning at all. Which would basically mean internet fans complain about Cena burying Owens.
It's not, I won't be pissed all the way that, I mean, I guess I will if Cena wins, but here's another thing. Cena is the United States champion. Now, if a year ago Owens would have just came in and beat Cena for the World Heavyweight title, I'd be kind of pissed because it's like, well, now what? Owens. It's like he didn't really build it. But in a way, you people say, all right, the U.S. title is kind of below the NXT title. I agree, but I disagree because the U.S. title now is not the thing that's been like thrown around for years now. Even if you don't like Cena, Cena is a top guy in the business. He's well known in and out of the WWE. And him with the U.S. title brings it up one of the biggest in years now. And a lot of people might disagree, but it's true. And I don't like Cena at all. I never have, but I will. I'm not going to totally lie about him and say, oh, he's worthless. He's not no real champ. He really does bring this thing up because a lot of the stuff he has done. And if Owens beats him, it's not going to feel as big. If Owens was to beat him for the U.S. title in a long time, it would feel so great because it's like Owens is this big guy. It's not like the United States title. If Owens like won it last year, let's say he came in a year before, won it last year at SummerSlam from who was U.S. champ? Sheamus maybe at the time? No.
Last year SummerSlam, it was Sheamus.
Was it Sheamus?
Yes.
It was Sheamus, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So it would have like been a title like that. I mean, it just no value to it really. Cena though brought it up, and if Owens was the guy to beat him, it would be awesome because Owens is this guy who he has a big presence to him, and him holding the U.S. title, it wouldn't feel like he's getting underutilized. It's just the next step for him is obviously the big title.
No, I know this, but Kevin Owens, in his actual person, like they play the gimmick that he runs off of his actual personality, and his actual personality would say, "That's not the prize because it's not the biggest thing I can win. I'm in the middle of the road, and it's put me from the top of one place to the middle of another, but the middle of another that's higher ranked than the one I'm at now."
Well, yeah, but seriously, look at it this way: what would be bigger? Owens beating Seth Rollins or Owens beating Cena?
At this point in time, yeah, John Cena, actually.
That's the thing. Cena is the guy in the business, whether we like it or not. He is. I don't like saying it. He's not. I mean, My favorite guy is other than.
I'm being honest with you right now. John Cena, like in this position that he's like in the role of right now, I like John Cena in the role that he's in now. Like I may get a lot of flack for saying that, but in this position that John Cena's in now, where it's not at the top, just constantly beating guys every time and like losing the world championship via crappy finish to a pay-per-view, then and basically wasting our time. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with the guy. The guy is actually, like, for the people who say John Cena can't wrestle, and I'm standing up for this guy right now, and it may ruin my credibility with some people because, you know, a lot of people are Cena haters despite everything. I'll be firmly honest with you right now. Cena has gone out there on Raw week after week and put on great U.S. title open challenges.
Yes.
And the weakest one that he had was against King Barrett when he was BNB. But here's the thing. That match was still pretty great. Not even, I'm not going to go on the line and say great. It was still solid.
No, that match was pretty great in my opinion. That was a great match, I think. In my opinion, I love that match.
It was still good to me. Like I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Like,
but
go ahead.
Back to, I mean, if this match, I mean, if you look at this, who is really going to beat Cena for the U.S. title? Let's go through. I mean, Ryback. It's a guy that Cena's beaten in the past. When I guess you might, in your opinion, if you want to say, oh, Ryback should have won the match. Or like a Bray Wyatt, it's guys that Cena's beaten before. You need somebody new to take this title off him, not somebody like a Dolph Ziggler, because it's like, well, these guys have already kind of had the title, and yeah, it's like Owens can really bring this title. I mean, it can keep it going, kind of like building, I guess you can say. Like put Cena on a long ass title reign, have Owens win it, and it just gonna build from there. Don't devalue it. I mean, Ziggler really doesn't need a U.S. title. I mean, even if you love the guy, I'm just saying it's like, well...
No. And see, this is the thing with Dolph Ziggler. Like, I'm just going to make a quick little thing here. A guy like Dolph Ziggler winning U.S. championships, Intercontinental championships, I'm about sick of it. Like, those things, like, really, 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 like... Okay, he wins it, and then he goes nowhere with it, and there's nothing to be done with him with it. Like, I'm not in for that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that because I'm not a big Ziggler fan, but I'm just saying he has the same title reign after title reign. It's like repetitive. It's like he loses it, and then what's he doing? Like really, what is Ziggler doing right now? Feuding with Sheamus, and I like Sheamus right now, but it's not like, I mean, it was cool at first, but now it's like Ziggler's not really, like it's bigger. The feud is bigger for Sheamus than Dolph Ziggler because Sheamus is having this new character. He changed up his gimmick a little bit. And it's cool for him, and it started off good, but now it's kind of like, well, whatever.
What, Sheamus?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm still entertained by Sheamus, dude.
No, the matches I'm saying, though, with him and Ziggler, kind of.
Oh, see, that's why they're slowing this up a little bit. Sheamus, what do you call it? From the guys at Twitwell.
My favorite right now, I'm just...
The guys at Twitwell, John and Ashton, I talked to John on Facebook, and he says... And I actually agree with this, that he sees Sheamus as the next IC champ.
That, I want to see that. But in a way, I kind of, well, yeah, IC title works, I guess, because, I mean, he's different kind of now. He's not like the face Sheamus, the happy guy running out. It's like, this is the guy that beats the underdogs. He's a mean heel, and I like that.
And look at it like this. It's gonna be Sheamus. And after that, can you not see Neville chasing him?
Neville would work because it's a new guy. It's not like, I mean, he's new, he's fresh. That's what I like about it. Not someone that's held it 20 times.
Exactly. That's when we go back to with Cena and Owens. Like, you asked the question, who's gonna take it off of Cena, the next big guy? Well, Owens, if anybody, could be that next big guy because
he is. I say he is. I'm not saying
he definitely is, dude. There's no one who just walks in the developmental 2 months to the day of his debut and wins the NXT World Championship. That doesn't ordinarily happen, and that is something special in itself.
I don't want to argue at all or piss anybody off, but I want to look at a guy like Bryan because he's obviously the fan favorite out of anybody. But Owens, I like this guy way more. He brings something with it. Like, Bryan for me is he's repetitive. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, guys, if you love him, he's your number one. That's cool. But Owens is different, kind of. He is similar to Lesnar in a way, but not the new Lesnar, like maybe the old one. he comes in and he wins matches, and he's fantastic on the mic. He's great in ring, and like his presence is so cool, like fun to have like around, kind of, and it's unreal, well, somewhat, but it's like he's not a character that's happened like a bunch of times, so that's what I like about him. Like Bryan, it's kind of the underdog stories happened a lot, but Owens is he stands out pretty much. I mean, a lot of people compare him to Lesnar again, but Lesnar's not
See,
around so.
here's my thing with Daniel Bryan. People would say Daniel Bryan as a heel wouldn't work because he doesn't have the yes chant behind him. This dude can like really, really, really grind out some actual hate. Say you put say you put Ziggler up against Bryan, right? And then
Yeah,
you say Ziggler turned on Bryan. If you were to put Dolph Ziggler up against Daniel Bryan, and you were to give Daniel Bryan like a piece of his old indie gimmick where he's like American Dragon Bryan Danielson beating the living shit out of you, like kicking your head in and like really like being like extremely vicious toward you and like causing concussions with kicks to the head and stretching you out with submissions and like tearing limbs and like stretch it like limb damage, like with that kind of shit, that causes heat, especially on guys like Ziggler that people love.
yeah, or like an Ambrose even.
Exactly, dude. I could actually see that. Like Dean Ambrose, the masochistic nature that he shows when he's in his matches, like pain doesn't bother me, beat the shit out of me all you want, I'm still getting up. That would
Yeah,
be something I'd be willing to see. But they won't key in on it because Daniel Bryan is just a fan favorite to everybody too much, and the public exposure that WWE gets from the Yes movement is they just be scared to pull the trigger.
yeah. Almost the same way with Cena in a way too. So like they're kind of similar in that sort of fan base somewhat.
Yeah, but like as I was saying, like if we're gonna talk about the Elimination Chamber now, we kind of swerved into that a little bit. You got any final thoughts or any opinions on Owens versus Cena?
In a way, I really want to see the match, but once it's over, no matter who wins or loses, I'll probably be like, man, that could have waited though. Because especially if it's an amazing match, it's like, damn, that should have been bigger. Because if you don't watch NXT, then you're not going to really understand. If you really think about who Kevin Owens is and see how different he is from a lot of people, and he is the next big thing, and or one of the next top guys if they like book him right. But this
The
right
next big thing. Shouts out to 2002 Brock Lesnar.
exactly. That's what I see kind of him like. Like he's that, but he's like that Lesnar, not the new Lesnar that's totally untouchable. Even though I love Lesnar, Lesnar's my favorite guy overall in the roster. But second would probably be either Owens or Ambrose. But so yeah, or look at that match even Owens and Ambrose. That'd be a good match, but the way they treated Ambrose kind of would a bit take you out of it. So I really hope they pull. I'm just saying this. I'm not trying to be a fanboy, but I really hope they pull together with Ambrose soon, so we could get a match between Owens and him, and it'll feel big. Same with Bray Wyatt.
Okay, well, have you heard? Have you even seen the dirt sheet that have came out about the Summer of Ambrose this year?
No, I haven't.
Have I not mentioned this to you?
What, he's gonna get a push or something like that, or what?
Yeah, here's the thing. Like before WrestleMania happened, like about a week before WrestleMania happened, there was a dirt sheet article that came out that said Dean Ambrose's. The company knows that they have in this guy. They're well aware of the fanfare that he has, and they want to elevate this guy and push this guy this summer. Like they want to put a rocket under Ambrose and shove him to the moon.
Good. They need to pull together
And
fast
that's
because this guy is really. If you hear that lately, this guy is getting more over and over. It seems every week almost.
And see, here's the thing with that. As I said before, like how they're going to do the Summer of Ambrose thing. Why do you think Dean Ambrose just popped up to the main event? They could have just easily went with Roman Reigns and said, I wasn't pinned. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose weren't pinned. They could have easily went with either one of them, but they decided to go with Dean Ambrose over Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Like, Ambrose is getting this push, and then he's going to lose, obviously, and then Ambrose is going to be the one to win the Money in the Bank. And I swear on my life, if it's Roman Reigns, I'm going to lose my mind.
I won't care. Like, once again, I don't care for Roman Reigns. I don't like him, but I don't hate him. But Ambrose, he needs this win more than Reigns. Reigns has had his chance at his main event. He can win the title eventually. I won't care. But we're building a new guy. Roman Reigns already built his main event. Let's get Ambrose in there now.
See, and that's what I'm
Get
saying.
him close. Like I said that one day about Rollins, like get him in between the mid card and the main event because he was in that last summer, and then he sunk down and down and down and down and down.
Oh, Matt, for those who don't know what you're talking about, you want to refer to what you're speaking of now when it comes to that?
Oh, like the Money in the Bank, what it does, kind of?
No, we had this discussion last week. You want to explain to people where they can find that?
What do you mean? Wait, which one? My bad.
This discussion that we're having now about Money in the Bank and how to book the briefcase holder.
Oh, like I said, kind of like you. Oh, so yeah, that's what I kind of was asking. It usually be built up. Like I don't think the Money in the Bank guys should be like devalued as much, but I also don't think they should be pushed all the way. I think they should be like, all right, it's pretty much in between the mid card and the main event if there is that. You're right in the middle of that. Like you can have main event, you can have big matches, but you need to kind of wait until you win the title because that's when it really pays off. Because if Ambrose has a match, let's say as he's Money in the Bank champion, kind of like Rollins did, didn't he have when he had like the match with Lesnar? Yes, that was a phenomenal match, but in a way it's like, well, it would have been bigger for Rollins if he waited and cashed in. So, because for his first main event match would be him winning it, and it would establish him like immediately, pretty much. And I think they should do that with Ambrose.
Well, he got that big main event win already. Like that was the WrestleMania one. Like the match against Dean Ambrose at Hell in a Cell, that was not a big main event win. If Bray Wyatt doesn't come out, that's a big main event win. But Wyatt came out distracted, and Sister Abigail Ambrose and got the pin and just pulled him out, and he just got out.
Well, yeah. So that works. That worked. Like that was all right, I guess. I love that match actually. That was one of my favorite matches of the year last year. But yeah, I think they can do that with Ambrose. Don't put him in like dumb situations. Just try to keep him relevant, pretty much. Don't make him lose a bunch of matches, but don't make him totally win a bunch of matches. Like mix it up, I guess. Like he can afford a loss, but don't make him lose too often, and don't make him win totally every single match, because the big thing he needs to win is when it pays off, is when he wins the title, and I cannot wait for that because I'm a huge Ambrose guy, so yeah.
Well, basically, we've both just blown and this is just saying if he's in there, which we're probably both pretty sure he will be, but we just basically both blown our Money in the Bank predictions, Wrestle Talk episode of who we think's going to win the big Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
And, I liked this last year, but would you be up for another World Championship Money in the Bank match?
Yeah.
I surely would. Well, okay, I'm sorry. Let me properly phrase that.
Yes. Seth Rollins in a ladder match? Absolutely.
Exactly, dude.
Phoenix Splash. Oh, my God.
Exactly, dude. I'm about to say, could you imagine a Phoenix Splash off a ladder?
Yeah.
Like, we talked about this a while ago. I don't know if we talked about it on a Wrestle Talk episode, but Seth Rollins knows when to pull these big moves out at these big events. Like, Money in the Bank, he has to know that a dive off of a ladder would be something special.
Yeah, absolutely. Give them these, because they did some great spots last year between Ambrose and Rollins, so they can definitely do some stuff this year with Rollins.
Oh, that superplex off the 25-foot ladder was beautiful.
Yeah. Or when it looked like I think he was going to powerbomb Ambrose, but he flipped him over, and he smacked on the ladder, then he smacked it again because he went so high up in the air, and he, like, knocked his, oh, God, that Money in the Bank match, for a devalued, like, kind of match, that Money in the Bank match was the best one since, I say, like, 2008. That one was off the hook.
Dude, the year before that for the SmackDown Money in the Bank, the one that Dean Ambrose was in before that and Seth Rollins wasn't, that one was still fun too. It seems like to me like the ones with the guys that are like not thought of, like the ones with the mid carders are normally the better Hell in a Cell. Yeah, the ones with the ones with the better matches. Like if you go back within past history and look at past Money in the Bank matches over the years where they've had both briefcases before the titles were merged, it seems like the undercard Money in the Bank always goes to steal the show.
Yeah.
But what do you call it? Are we gonna get to the chambers now? Because the tag team chamber is still a thing, and the
sure.
All right, so let me clarify the tag team elimination chamber for you. Do you know the teams in it or no?
I did actually earlier this week, but now I'm forgetting. My bad.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna rapid fire these off to you. I should count these. Los Matadores, the Ascension, the Lucha Dragons, the New Day, Kid and Cesaro, and I'm forgetting one more team.
Primetime players? I don't know.
Yes. The
Oh,
PTPs.
geez,
Yes.
that was such a guess, I swear. Like, who else is a tag team up there?
And then I get like the only one is they're leaving. They basically it's basically the entire tag team division except for Harper and Rowan.
Oh, man, yeah, them. All right, them, and I know you don't like them, but probably the only team I really care for is the Ascension. They're
Who Harper
pretty.
and Rowan? Oh.
Harper Owen and the Ascension are the only tag teams I really like actually. I know the Ascension, they're kind of a little bit off for people, but I think they have pretty good matches.
I'm not an Ascension fan. Like, dude, I dig the gimmick. I
Yeah,
just don't feel those two are fit for it. Like,
yeah,
I really love that gimmick. It's just nah, dude. Well, actually, let me clarify because this gimmick that they have now is so typical. I'm not gonna say typical, but I've seen this before, and it just didn't rub me the right way
yeah,
before. It feels like Randy Orton coming in. It feels like a tag team version of two Legend Killers that are like wanting to be Randy Orton.
yeah. I can see that where you're coming from, but in a way, I don't know. I like their line, the "Welcome to the Wasteland." That I like that kind of.
They were
And
doing that in NXT. I like the gimmick they ran in NXT, where they're just like, feed us more competition. We'll welcome you to the wasteland. That was a good gimmick. I just don't feel like Connor and Victor fit it for me. But that's just me. I know other people thoroughly do like it, but I'm just a guy who's not too keen on the Ascension. I mean, like their
no, it's
entrance
all
is
good.
badass. I'll give them that.
I like them though. So see, we can have different opinions, guys, again, and we don't totally hate each other on like some people on the internet.
Yeah, I'm never
I
gonna dig
like
into that one.
Kid and Cesaro fan. I mean, I like Cesaro, but you know,
I mean, come on, Cesaro teaming with Tyson Kidd. I mean, I
it's
know you're not a huge Tyson Kidd fan, but it's had to like give you a positive spin on Tyson Kidd to what they can both do together.
yeah. No, they're what a tag team should be. I'm just not too big on Tyson Kidd's kind of his gimmick, I guess. But in ring, they're a good tag team. It keeps Cesaro more relevant and Tyson Kidd both because they've been around for kind of a while and they weren't doing much, but they're doing a lot now. So as a tag team, it's pretty good.
Can I tell you that they're the most complete tag team that I've seen in WWE in a while?
Yeah.
Like, I thought, like, okay, when Kid and Cesaro were still heels and they were tag champs, I so thought we'd get a bunch of classics between Kid and Cesaro and the Lucha Dragons.
Lucha Dragons I like them too. They're pretty cool, I guess. Yeah. I like them in NXT. They had good matches, so
Yeah, and for anybody on NXT, like what do you call it? Someone sent me a picture. For anybody who watches NXT who's gonna see this, if you're like a fan of like the tag team that the Lucha Dragons face the most in NXT, the Vaudevillains, I got a picture. The Vaudevillains are back in NXT, so just wanted to like lay that out there, like, because it's been like for anybody who doesn't know, it's been like months and months since the Vaudevillains have been seen since their last loss to the Lucha Dragons, exactly, I believe it was. Oh no, it was the Blake and Murphy before Blake and Murphy got in their huge role.
ah.
Other than that, we haven't seen him since. But just wanted to note that one. But I'm I'm looking forward to seeing how like I wonder if they're gonna eliminate some tag teams first because you really think they're gonna fit uh 6 tag teams, which would be 12 men in that ring at the same time. I don't know if I
How are
just
they gonna
underdid that or overdid that.
how are they gonna do it though? All right, this
2 men
chamber,
at each pod.
2 men in each pod. So is it gonna be two separate? Like, will it be like will we Connor and like Tyson Kidd in one or something or what?
Then they start out one tag team at a time. Not one like they'll bring you out as a team.
Oh,
And my guess is, I'm guessing basically, like, if you get pinned, then your team is out.
all right. This is unique though. This chamber. for a pay-per-view that has, in my opinion, like I said, it doesn't have a whole lot of value to it. They're changing it up this year. They're putting different things that we've never seen before in there. Because I mean, the only chamber matches we've seen is number one contender matches and world title matches, pretty much.
Well, they're trying to throw some value into the mid card.
Yeah, and it's. I think they're doing it just as not enough build once again. But this pay-per-view will probably be pretty damn good, I guarantee.
They built it in one night.
Yeah.
That ordinarily doesn't happen. I don't know if you remember me saying this after Payback last week or during Payback preview predictions, but did I tell you that they wouldn't mess around with this? They would not. They'd build it immediately.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that or not, but even if I didn't,
I'm saying, how are they going to build it? Because you told me it's in 2 weeks, and I was like, what? And then you told me that.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, they're not going to mess around. They're going to build this from night one. And if they don't complete it night one, they're going to finish on SmackDown. I wish they did, because they added a triple threat Divas match that I'm looking forward to, which is Paige, Naomi, and Nikki.
Yeah.
And, dude, if you missed SmackDown, which I'm pretty sure most people did, I just caught the little clip on YouTube. Paige has improved on the mic so well, dude. But we'll get to that when we do. But you want to stay on topic here. That tag team match, I figure... I don't want to say Kid and Cesaro are going to be left. The New Day is going to be left, definitely. But then the New Day is going to be in there with... I want to say Kid and Cesaro with the Lucha Dragons, because I can't see any of those other teams making it that far.
I wish I know you don't like them, but, man, I'd do anything to see the Ascension win.
No,
the hell not winning, but it's like, all right, the New Day sucks. They should not be champion. Kid and Cesaro, even though, once again, I'm not big on Kid, these guys should still be champions because they're pretty much I think they're a relevant tag team for sure. And New Day, it's not working, at all, so...
See, here's the thing. You're going to hate me for saying this right now, but I find the New Day and their heel work entertaining, even though it's basically stripping Bo Dallas of his gimmick, even though he's in a feud with Neville right now, still using his gimmick, but it's basically taking a book out of the Bo Dallas page and then making it New Day's own with their own little spin. We're going to stay positive, basically, and Bo Dallas says, I'm a positive, motivational person.
No, I mean, it's funny what they're doing, but I don't think they need to be tag team champions, though.
I mean, the people are feeding into it, and basically, we know how Vince's business runs. If the people feed into it and you get a reaction, I will make you a champion because you're the hottest thing, you're the hottest reaction in said division going.
Like last year with Bo Dallas and the winning streak, he had 17 wins straight on Raws.
Oh, it wasn't even Raw. It was main events and everything too. He ended 14 in Bo.
Oh, 14?
And then lost to R-Truth.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a disappointment.
Dallas, but R-Truth.
Right, dude. But it's New Day basically has, as I said, stripped Bo Dallas and made it gold.
Yeah, they're doing better than he did.
They're getting real heat, and especially making fun of the Baltimore Orioles in Baltimore. And I'm a baseball fan. Yeah, you are too. Making fun of Adam Jones in the front row.
Oh yeah,
that was great. You haven't been to a World Series. No, Baltimore Orioles haven't won a World Series in 46 years. But stay positive, dude.
It works, yeah.
That creates heat. It's a cheap heat, but it creates heat.
Yeah, I actually think about it. I guess the New Day isn't that bad. I was just hating on them too much, I guess.
No, you're just thinking of the old New Day that was created. Let's be positive no matter what, even though we've all been babyfaces our entire careers and people are sick of us in this state that we're in now. And they wanted the intrigue of seeing us in a new gimmick.
They're doing their job pretty much, so, yeah.
And look at it from an in-ring standpoint, too. They've held their own in-ring. Both of us have been thoroughly entertained by the matches they put on at Extreme Rules and at Payback.
Kofi Kingston is great in-ring. Biggie Langston is good.
He's like, I mean, they're a good team. He's like kind of like a powerhouse, even though he'll bust out some not like high fly teams, but he'll go to the top rope sometimes. And Kofi Kingston, he's good and he's pretty good in ring. He knows how to wrestle.
And I like in the last match how Xavier Woods tried to go for the Freebird rule. He's like, Freebird rule! And just tried to get in the match. Like, I'm glad they tried to bring that back. The last people they really did that with was the Spirit Squad. I thought they would have did it with the Shield, but they didn't, and they just made Ambrose U.S. champion, which is awesome for me, even though I thought, and a lot of people thought this too, that him and Rollins should have been tag champs.
Yeah.
But, like, Xavier Woods, I might rub some people the wrong way by saying this, but that was a racist finish.
Oh,
to that last match. That was the swap with him and Kofi.
Yeah.
The ref mistakes one black man for another.
That's so bad, but not in a bad way. I mean, you know what I mean. That is
it's funny. It is funny. Like, it's hilarious, dude. Like, you look at like, what the fuck? Racist finish, dude.
Like,
but these guys.
It's like secure. Like, you get for doing that for, like, you get your ass kicked for probably saying that to certain people.
Dude, look, it'll be taken the way it was. Like I even thought at first, and then went on Twitter and saw like 18 different people say it.
Yeah.
Like, even Wrestling Amino, it was being said. I looked on there, too, while I was talking to you on the phone. We were sitting there watching this.
Like, I'm not racist, people. Like, all people are equal, all that. I believe in that 100%. But when you, like, if you can mess around, like, if you mess around like that, kind of like how they did, that it's funny. Like, it's just having fun. It's nothing personal. It's just humor, pretty much.
Exactly. It's a racist finish, but it's a funny type of racist. Like that racist joke, like, like I turn out the lights in this place and then I do a review at night. Oh, guys, hey, what's up? It's me, Gordon. I'm doing a review where I'm totally invisible because the lights are out and I'm black and, you know, the colors blend.
See, even that's what we're doing. He doesn't get offended by this stuff. You have fun with it. See, I mean, you're being loose pretty much. It's good.
Like that, exactly, like that what I just did there. And that kind of thing, that is like funny racist. Like, WWE realized that Kofi and Xavier have the same type of build to their body, and they basically realized, okay, if you guys do the switch, the ref won't realize it.
This is so funny.
They're both black, and he can't see your hair with inside the small package, so what do you know?
It's fucking funny as hell, though.
It really is, and the best part about it is the refs. They won't get it. They won't get it. It's like it's black twin magic. Shouts out to the Bellas. Good that we can have a little fun here.
Yeah.
But if Xavier Woods does that at Elimination Chamber, we all know it's It's no disqualification, so it won't really matter. Well, actually, he can still do it and get away with it. He won't really get away with it.
I don't want them to do that a whole lot. I think that was a hilarious one-night-only thing. If they keep it like that, that makes that segment just more awesome.
Exactly. So, do you take New Day?
Well,
I was going to ask, do you take New Day to win the Chamber?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, the way the tag team, like, it's kind of, they do flip-flop a lot. Like, don't be surprised if Kid and Cesaro do end up winning it back. But I do see the New Day winning. Oh, absolutely. Like you said, because how they're getting treated right now with the crowd, they're going to keep the titles.
Yeah, and like they're rolling right now. Like the one that they said they'd be celebrating all over the place. Like I don't think you've seen this Raw, but I think it was a couple weeks ago. The New Day said they got a win against Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. They said they'd be celebrating all night long, and they were. Like everyone's segments that they had been in, like the Bellas had been walking to the ring. The New Day had appeared with the Bellas, like in the background, like just celebrating, drinking. I think they were drinking milk. And then, what do you call it? I remember this one on Instagram. Seth Rollins took a picture with Nikki Bella. Oh my God, Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Nikki Bella. Let me relax. And then after that picture, they took another one, a New Day photo bombed with the titles in the picture.
Yeah.
And then it ended up in another segment on Raw. Like, this was the night that Sami Zayn was on Raw.
Yeah. When he faced
Like-
what, Cena?
Yeah. Like, this is an absolutely fun thing to do. Like, this is, like, extremely fun, dude. I loved every second of it. Like, the New Day has won me over. I went from passionately hating this thing. I went from passionately hating this thing because it's just three black guys together. You're being racist. It's what are we supposed to like about three black guys who like going to church?
Yeah. I will say, though, like, the night it very first started, I thought it was, like, dumb how it happened. Like, Xavier Woods just walks in the ring looking like, I guess everyone was saying, like, Malcolm X, kind of. I'm like, oh.
Or a Malcolm X thing.
Yeah, I didn't care for it, but now, thinking about it, they're the shit right now.
They are, and dude, it's absolutely. I don't know when this New Day thing's gonna wear off, but the ball is rolling with them. Don't stop it,
Yeah, don't.
please.
You'll kill them off immediately. If they lose the titles at the Chamber, it's gonna ruin it. Especially if it's like some losers like the Lucha Dragon. I mean, not Lucha Dragon shit. What's the other ones? The other Mexicans. Hopefully they'll.
I'm sorry.
What's the other?
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
mean the bad way, people. I just like to mess around. If
The
you
Matadors?
don't,
Matadors, yeah, I know it's them.
Los Matadors,
But,
those guys. I mean, they
Yeah.
suck. They really do. They're the worst, in my opinion.
Dude, if they lose the titles to Kid and Cesaro or the Lucha Dragons, let's think about it. That's character development for the New Day. Like, they always preach stay positive. What if they lose the titles? Are they going to stay positive?
Yeah, true. Lucha Dragons should be the ones to. I'd rather have them kind of win it because they haven't had it yet. So and they just came up, so maybe they do need more time. But in a way, it's whatever right now.
And it is fresh and it is new if they do win.
Yeah.
But guys who are watching right now, if you have an opinion on who you believe should win this Elimination Chamber match for what reason and why, well, leave it in the comments, please. If there's anything me and Matt preach the most within these Wrestle Talks, it's talk to us. We want to hear what you have to say. This is the point. We want feedback and we want reaction.
And if he wants to talk about something, maybe in Wrestle Talk, he wants to touch on, we are pretty. We can do it.
Yeah. But what do you call it? We did not. I didn't even get all the participants in the Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
I know Sheamus, Ryback, and I think Bray are in there. I would like to actually see Bray Wyatt win the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, we should actually talk about this. Bray Wyatt, I'd like to see Wyatt win it, but Sheamus winning it and Neville chasing would not be a bad story for me.
Yeah, I agree. My favorite, though, that I would love would honestly be Wyatt, but I think Neville doesn't need it just yet because it's a bit too soon for him, but making him fight for it does work. He should come close, but I don't think he should win it. Adrian Neville's probably the best in ring on the main roster right now. I mean,
what I think he should do, I think Neville should climb the pod, right? And then go not legit just straight go for a red arrow. I mean that'd be the sort of thing he could do, but because the red arrow exposes his chest and he really plops himself off the landing. So if he's gonna miss it or something, I don't want to really blow his ribs in. So go for a Phoenix Splash where he can cannonball himself, or a reverse 450, and have Sheamus put the knees up, and then he turns around, gets bro kicked, and loses.
Yeah, that can work.
That would be the best possible thing for me.
Ambrose they might throw in there. Sadly, it's kind of just to lose.
Ambrose is in the main event, dude.
Oh, what? Wait, what's the main event? Oh, shit.
Ambrose versus Rollins.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. All right. This is the thing. In a way, people will probably be saying, oh, you're contradicting yourself putting Ambrose in the main event, but Ambrose and Rollins in a match, they're the best. They're the best feud since, or their storyline, in my opinion, was the best one, like last year in the summer. That was the best storyline since 2005 of the Fall of Evolution, or 2004, 2005. That is my favorite storyline since.
Well, see, my favorite two storylines in wrestling right now, if we're talking WWE, are Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, even though that's basically just ended, I guess. And, well, actually, probably continue on the main roster, but we're going to have to wait a little while for that. But Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and Ambrose and Rollins.
Yeah. Those are both.
Like, I absolutely love those, dude.
But Ambrose looks strong. He looks strong in the matches he has with Rollins, so he doesn't look weak. Even though these guys will have a freaking great match. I mean, they had a lumberjack match, and it was match of the night almost.
Oh yeah. Dude, like people questioned whether a lumberjack match between them was the right way to go, and they totally turned that shit into a gem, dude.
Dude, it's like you can put these guys in any match. I mean, their Hell in a Cell match was the best one since Triple H and Undertaker, and it was just good all around. They got it. I want to see them having a type of match though. Give them a little something so they can spice it up.
Well, see, they don't they proved they don't need that because the night in Montreal that they had the match on Raw that Ambrose got into the Fatal 4-Way with. They tore the building down.
Yeah,
they didn't have
true.
any stipulation into that. They don't need it. They really don't.
Yeah, that's true. So, I think they were up there on my favorite matches of the year last year. So, I guarantee this will make my top 10 for this year.
Oh,
Guarantee.
and what do you call it? I was going to say to you, Initial basically runs the Twitwell account, which is Ashton. He commented on our. He says PTPs are the dark horse for this Elimination Chamber.
Wow.
And see, if you really think about this, I thought about this when he said it. Like, all right, the PTPs have been making fun of everybody. That's their gimmick now. They're basically the trolls of the tag division. They're basically making fun of everybody now. And could you imagine, how are New Day going to act? They're supposed to be these mature, positive, grown men where they're getting made fun of by two other grown men.
Yeah.
To see the PTPs as tag champs, plus they've never done it before, and they've been a tag team for a while, and they took a little bit of a split. That would actually be something I'd be willing to actually look at, because the Primetime Players have been something that I've been willing to look at in the tag division as champions for a while.
Who's in that? It's Titus O'Neil and what's that other dude? Darren Young?
Darren Young. Yeah, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. Oh, and what do you call it? Ashton also says, dude, that he thought Cena Orton was better than Ambrose and Rollins in that cell.
That match was not bad. I'll say that, but
no, the one spot that caught me off guard is the reversal Orton had of the 5 moves of doom with the RKO was just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that match was good, I'll say.
Yeah, the match was good. I guess, okay, were people, I don't know, because I'm in love with spots, seeing, great spots, and Ambrose and Rollins falling, even though it was, half the way down, but half the way down off the cell into the tables was just absolutely a great thing to watch for me. And to see them fight on top of the cell, which we don't see that much anymore often, probably elevated the match more than it should have been. I could see where you're coming from. I guess he's, I guess he's coming from the standpoint, okay, we've seen it before. What's so special about it? No one went to the top of it. I guess that's probably the standpoint he's looking at it from. So I guess he's probably saying people are overrating it because it's Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, for one, two darlings among the wrestling community, and two.
I get that, but we haven't seen it in a while, so I mean, I'll be grateful to see it. But this match all around was great, and I love the ending with Wyatt coming out because I just love that.
It makes both guys look strong.
Huh?
It makes both guys look strong. And Dean Ambrose gets his revenge, basically. He was going to get his revenge. He was basically telling us, Ambrose would have got his revenge if Wyatt wouldn't have came out there.
If that was a John Cena Orton match, I honestly still would have liked the match because I did enjoy the Cena Orton match for sure. I did not hate it. I thought it was one of their best. In my opinion, it was definitely one of their best matches. Like, because they've had a lot of crappy ones, they've had actually good ones. That one is one of their best, I'll say. But either way, I like them both matches. I like Ambrose and Rollins more, and they are better in the ring. So, I mean, I have proof to back up why I like the match so much.
Oh, dude, I mean, I liked Ambrose and Rollins for the simple fact of how it started when Dean Ambrose started Dean Ambrose, if you know the guy and what he's said he likes to do, he likes to be different, make his character unique. He started out by climbing the cell because no one's fought on top of the cell in a long time, so it'd be something that really get the fans engaged quick. And it caught my attention fast.
Yeah, it's something they were trying stuff that we haven't seen in a long time. They were doing spots that kept you, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, moments pretty much.
Exactly, and I loved it. Those are the reasons I love this match. Other than that, they went inside the ring and fought it out throughout the rest of the match. But the match to me still was, I liked that match better than Cena Orton. Cena Orton was better than I expected that would be. I would absolutely say that. And plus, the RKO on the stairs was another thing that really had me thinking, oh my God, Orton beat Cena. But no, because can you imagine a Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar match? Because that's what that was for. We've gotten basically every big star that's been established versus Brock Lesnar, and Orton hasn't got a chance yet.
He needs one too. That match I really want to see.
I'd dig that, dude. I'm into that.
Yeah. And actually, another thing about the Ambrose Rollins thing. All right, I have a brother who he's somewhat of a casual viewer, but when he'll watch the pay-per-views. He doesn't care about Raw too much, and he's sarcastic and he criticizes. He does not like probably 95% of the roster. He likes Lesnar. He loves Seth Rollins because how in ring he has impressed the hell out of him. My brother, he's very I guess you could say strict on who he likes, but he said that Hell in a Cell match that they had, he said is one of his favorite matches that have happened in a long ass time. And he is hard as hell to please. He loves Ambrose and Rollins, the matches they have had.
Wait. Dude. I understand. I'm not gonna say when you first start watching wrestling, but would you watch wrestling as a casual viewer? Normally, you don't look at everyone. You just look at the very few people who impress you, and you pick few favorites, and then everybody else is just meh and to you, basically.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel as if you're coming from. And Ashton commented in again and basically said the RKO, the AA reversal, and the RKO on the stairs. I think it was he said the stairs. Yeah, on the stairs blew his mind. That was another good part of the. Oh no,
yeah,
it was a flying shoulder block. It was a flying shoulder block.
That's happened once before, I think, though. But it's been a really long time ago, and not a lot of people remembered it because how many matches they had in 2009. What match did that, though? Was it I think it was their Iron Man match. Orton got the pin on that because you can pin multiple times, but Orton, I think he did that. I might be mistaken, though. I'm not too positive. But that was a sick-ass counter.
Yeah. It wasn't that one. I'm sorry. I thought about something else. I reread it again. It's basically the RKO that was, the first shoulder, the 5 moves of doom that turned into RKO.
Yeah.
That is something we haven't seen before. But what haven't we hit on yet? We basically smashed the Rollins and Ambrose thing. We hit on the IC thing. We hit on the tag team thing. We talked about NXT. Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. Bless your hearts. Bless your hearts. What else didn't we really hit on that was worth it, man? I mean,
is Bo Dallas facing Neville at the pay-per-view?
I don't think Neville's in. I don't know if he's in the chamber or not. If he is, then that's sweet. If not, I don't know. But it would make sense. I mean, like they're in a feud now, and Bo Dallas continued that on SmackDown.
That I don't want to see, though, just in my opinion, because I don't like Bo Dallas, and I think that Neville should be in the chamber match. He doesn't have to win. I just think he should be in it.
Oh, there's just a series of events because of who Adrian Neville is that I feel he should be in. The Money in the Bank match to provide the spots and the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Like the matches may not be like the pay-per-views may not be as high quality to you, but like guys like Neville elevate the matches and spots and like amazing shit that can be done.
This pay-per-view's looking good, though, so far. After only a week of build. That's crazy to think about, but it is looking pretty damn good. I'm extremely excited to see it, but some stuff I think should wait, but in a way it doesn't matter because we get to enjoy it now.
Oh, this pay-per-view's looking good. Guys, this pay-per-view's looking good from a guy who basically told me that he wasn't looking forward to this when I had mentioned it to him earlier in the week, and I tried to describe all the stuff that was happening on this card, other than Owens and Cena, which he said was like the only good match.
Well, Cena Owens, but in a way, that's the only gripe I have is just, man, this match should be treated better than it's being treated, kinda.
I understand where you're coming from, my friend, but I was trying to tell you how good it. I don't know, man. It's other than Cena Owens, I was trying to tell you how good this show is shaping out to be, and it's a beautiful thing.
It does. This pay-per-view I'm excited for. No joke, people are gonna hate me for this, but this might be better than the NXT show, maybe, because of Owens, Cena, and Ambrose Rollins, obviously. Because those two matches, I am extremely excited for, and I didn't even know Ambrose and Rollins was gonna happen, but they just have phenomenal matches.
It's what happens when you don't watch Raw, buddy.
Well, but Raw wasn't. I mean, it was all right, Raw, but the matches are really they back it up, really. I mean, yeah, Raw was good, but I mean, there's times that don't be surprised tomorrow if that shit sucks.
I'm gonna steal a phrase from Ashton here. He basically said the Raw with Sami Zayn on it was John called it perfect game. Ashton, he called it if you had to hit in baseball, I'm pretty sure you understand the rules of baseball, Matt. You're a baseball fan. That Raw was a triple. Out of inside the Parker home run, that Raw was a triple.
I agree. It's pretty good right there.
And Raw lately, if they're not that good, if they're okay, I don't rate these things, but if they're not that good, they keep you interested.
Yeah.
They thoroughly keep you interested.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't watch Raw too much. I wish I could because when I was younger, Raw was obviously awesome. But I don't know, they've slowed down. But there are times that they will have a great Raw. I know Gordon didn't care about it, but the one before SummerSlam with Hogan's birthday and Lesnar came out. But that whole show, in my opinion, was pretty damn good.
Oh no, dude! I loved that Raw. I loved that Raw. I just didn't care it was just odd to me that we were building the Hulk Hogan's birthday party for a John Cena and Brock Lesnar stare down for that to be really it.
Segment though, Lesnar coming out and he smacked in the Piper a little bit, and then it would get the NWO, and that it just had so much in that one little segment. And it ended with Lesnar coming.
Look at the scenery, what we're looking at, with the entire roster leaving off of the ramp and all scared of Lesnar, and then Lesnar sitting there staring the entire NWO, Mr. Wonderful, and Hulk Hogan in the face to basically have them not do anything. Hogan to step in. Hogan to step into Brock's face. The scenery of it was cool, but it wasn't really enough to me that we should have built to this as the main event.
Well, Cena came out, and then Lesnar told them that get ready for this Sunday because it looked like Cena had the advantage a little bit. He's all backed up. And then Lesnar, it's Lesnar pretty much saying, all right, you got your friends right now, but at SummerSlam, your ass is mine, pretty much. And I
But
That's a Raw I would go back and watch, and I will not do that for a shit ton of new Raws.
earlier in the night, wait, let me think. Was that the Raw? Oh my God, that was the Raw where they took the TNA angle with the whole AJ Styles and Claire Lynch thing. Oh God, that was that Raw. With Megan Miller and Brie Bella and Stephanie. Oh my God.
Oh, all right, that I didn't care for.
That was half of the show. They dedicated like 3 different segments to that.
Was that the one?
Yes.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious, my friend.
Alright, that shit might have sucked then, but for the dudes on the show, they did damn good. Ambrose and Rollins.
Wait, what? Oh, that was the Raw where Ambrose busted out of the present.
Yeah, you knew it was gonna happen, but
If Seth wouldn't have went over there, and went all Law and Order on that shit, then fucking Dean, it would have been more of a surprise. And what do you call it? That was another favorite line of yours. Aston just brought up here in the comments again. He basically said, "Wasn't that the Raw where Lesnar said parties over at Grandpa?" Yes, it was.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I liked it, dude. I liked it.
That was one of the best draws in a long ass time, and I mean lately though, I would totally watch Raw tomorrow, but there's a hockey game on, and there's only hockey's the only thing I kind of like more than like wrestling for entertainment, I guess you can say, kind of. So.
Yeah, and I guess I'm gonna be having guests on the Raw review again, and my friend Caleb, who's pretty intelligent with this stuff, that I met at a house show. He'll be on here with me tomorrow, and I'm not going to say Matt's spot because Matt is always welcome here, but he wanted to start doing this stuff, reviewing this stuff, because I'm not going to say I'm an inspiration. I'm not going to throw that bone out there, but he asked me because I do it, and I guess he's probably seen these and he likes them. He subscribed to me, so I don't know. But anything else you want to hit on here, Matt?
No, I think we got it all. This is fun.
All right, we nailed everything down.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you call it? Thank you guys for watching. We really enjoyed this. Matt, you want to shout your stuff, dude?
Yeah, you can subscribe to me on YouTube at Matt Jarrah Show. So yeah, and what's my Wrestling Amino? Like Invasion 31, I think. So if you guys do have the Wrestling Amino app, you can follow me there. So yeah. Twitter, what is that? It's like Matt WCW, I think. I don't use it too often though. I will start soon. The only reason I'm kind of slowing down in wrestling is just because it's the playoffs and there's a lot of games on. But once that's done, then I'll be back to watching wrestling more. So yeah.
All right. You guys, if you haven't known the deal, you know the deal by now. At GMaston90 TWF, the WWE forum, and I guess this is I started doing this ever since I've joined the group. You guys can go join a amazing wrestling group that has a bunch of passionate wrestling fans in it. I don't know if I shouted it out as good as John does when he does it on TwitWow, but Tweetoff. It's an amazing pro wrestling group with a bunch of the most passionate fans on planet Earth.
Definitely.
And you can go join that one. Twitter, GMaston90 TWF, as I just said, Wrestling Amino, Gordon Maston, and suplex that subscribe button, super kick that comment button, and like this video. And I guess we'll see you later. See ya.